But those who we call the angels, which is actually our higher consciousness self, when
Okay.
you in that state, they can't help you until you calm yourself. They call that finding your center.
Okay.
Once you find your center, then one of the elders that's in your bloodline will incarnate in you as a walking being, but it's really just your higher self overtaking your ego self. W.E.B. Du Bois
Okay.
wrote about it in The Souls of Black Folks in the chapter called The Warring Soul.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get that and read that. That makes perfect sense. That's the reason why now we're changing our vibrations.
Yeah.
Many of us are going higher.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, you got to remember, they had to keep us, because of who we are, in a perpetual state of stress.
Yes, yes, that's what we at. That's what most of our people at, in a perpetual state of stress, anger, violent, everything is like just distress.
Now, look,
Yes, that makes sense.
the root to stress, right? Other things you
Mhm.
mentioned, danger makes you become violent as a
Okay,
response. That's because you're under stress,
okay, okay,
right?
that makes so much sense.
Look, fear will also
Mm-hmm.
make you resort to violence because you are under stress.
Okay, fear is what keeps us in a state of competition where we don't go higher and really go after the real culprits. We'd rather go after each other.
Yeah, that's what they call it. It's the barnyard syndrome. You
The
can,
barnyard
yeah,
syndrome.
it's the dog that can whip all the dogs in the yard,
Mm-hmm.
but he can't beat no dog outside his barnyard.
Oh, dang. Where that come from? Where can I, get that
That's
knowledge?
that's
That's something
southern
you just
that's southern lingo.
okay.
It's
Okay.
just talking to the people in the South. See, our roots come from the
Oh,
South.
okay. My people from the South, I never heard of it, but it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. It makes perfect
So
sense.
we have all this bravado with each other because we're using each other to try to train ourselves to
Mm-hmm.
overcome the obstacle when we lead a firm.
Mm.
Some of us can beat everybody on the firm, but can't beat nobody when he leads.
Mm. Mm.
Right. So
Now,
we see this
mm-hmm.
play out in chicken fighting and dog fighting that we used to do years ago, right? And
Yes.
you got a dog. If you bring a dog on his property and they the same size, he not gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
But that same
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, you take him off his land, he can't win a fight,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
That's
Mm.
why you have in sports home field advantage.
Okay. That makes sense about the guys on the block.
Like you have a team that might go undefeated at home, and then
Mm-hmm.
they might have a 50-50 road record.
Wow, you dropping knowledge. This psychological warfare. Dang.
Yeah, it's sociology used to influence the psychology.
Mm,
It's it's
brother.
it's the
Wow.
technical tools uh to control a slave system. You have to know how
Okay.
people move socially, which is sociology, in order
Mm-hmm.
to override the individual's psychology.
Okay.
Right? So they give us alternative outlets to our stress that we have no control over. We can't control the football game. We can't control the boxing match. We can't control whatever we see on that idiot box. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
any control over it. But because the guy that they told us was the hero won, then we get to say, oh shit, I was close call. No, it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
At no time was the hero of the movie ever in danger.
Mm.
Because they can't make a sequel if they kill him off.
Absolutely not.
So,
How do we get higher? Right.
well, start off, you gotta start grounding your energy. Trees
Mm-hmm.
in the earth is the most stable stabilizers of energy we know of.
Mm-hmm.
Lean your back against the tree, take your shoes off, sit there and read a book. You
Mm.
grounding your balance. You're bringing balance back to the self with the grounding process, and now you're opening up the knowledge reservoir by actively using it while you ground it out. It gives you a stronger grasp of everything you experiencing, and you are experiencing in real time what you read.
Oh, wow.
This is
That makes perfect sense.
right. This is the purpose of reading. People think reading is for knowledge. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's weightlifting for the brain.
Well, I can listen to you all day, right?
And then it's also
For the brain.
showing you, if you see it from that way, this guy that wrote this book see it from this way. Now you
Mm-hmm.
have a comparative analysis from how you originally seen it versus how somebody else seen it. And the
Mm.
more different perspectives you can get looking at the problem, the more different ways you get to look at the problem. And the solution is always in the problem. Get rid of the enemy
Solution is
without, and the enemy within can do you no harm. In other words,
absolutely.
extract the solution from the problem, and the problem is not even there to be a concern about.
Okay. Unbothered, being unbothered.
Unbothered as a motherfucker. I call it the fucking key, right?
Okay.
I tell them I'm going through the storms of life, singing and
Mm.
dancing in the motherfucking rain,
Okay.
right?
Oh
Then,
my God.
right?
That's nice.
So, Heru in the
Mm.
flesh said you got to get into the God mind. Let me give you a little idea of what I'm talking about. In a Christian
Okay.
doctrine, they say, let this mind be in you, which was in Christ Jesus. Well, how in the
Mhm.
fuck do you do that?
Right.
You
Right.
use the faculty of imagination and you use the art and science of self-talk. You ask yourself to show yourself, if God was looking at this problem, what would he see?
Mm, This is good stuff, y'all. We share this, Joy.
Look, so if you can't lie to you
Absolutely
because you gonna
not.
know you lying, right?
And I'm one of Larry's girls, so we can't lie. I can't lie to myself because I know what's better. I know the truth.
Right. But even if you tried to lie to yourself, you're gonna know you lying,
Absolutely.
which is gonna automatically expose the lie. So
Right.
when you use self-talk and you send your
Mm-hmm.
higher self to go look at something
Mm-hmm.
from God's perspective,
Mm-hmm.
your higher self can't come back and say this is what it looked like if it don't look like that, because you gonna know he lying. Because
Ooh,
he's you.
wee.
It's you. See, we supposed to knew this at when we was 4 years old, but didn't nobody tell us.
Wow. You can't lie to yourself.
You can't lie to yourself. You gonna know you lying.
Mm, absolutely. And righteous endeavors.
Mm-hmm. Any and all righteous
Absolutely.
endeavors.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
This is some good stuff, Rod. This is some good stuff. I finally got you. Oh my
You know,
goodness.
it's
And I got a couple of lessons.
the BOS to the SOS. Each one teach
Oh, we
one.
not SOS no more. Wait a minute, Brian. Let me tell you. We juggling, not struggling. Okay? We
You
not
did?
struggling no more. We juggling.
Hey, look, we flipping codes and cracking motherfucking doors.
Right. The struggle is over. We juggling this thing. We not
Mm. You
struggling. So
did?
let's not lie to ourselves.
Yeah. Remember, if
I
you try
love
to lie
it.
to yourself, look, if you try to lie to yourself, now this is why I don't have a lot of respect for them people that come over here and try to get their opinions about what I'm talking about. Because they
Absolutely
know
not.
in their heart of hearts, they lying to their goddamn self before they wrote that shit on my page. They knew they was lying
Absolutely.
to themselves when they wrote that shit on my page.
Just drop the bar. Just drop the bar. That is a bar. They lying to themselves. They lying to themselves. And we can't lie to ourselves no more. It's over
Yeah,
with. We got
all
a
you got to
new
first
chapter.
look. The old saying is first to thine own self. Be
Be
true.
true. Right.
Why did it
Oh my
tell you that?
God.
Because sociologically, the social
Mm-hmm.
juggernaut will convince you to disregard your own psychology in order to convince you
Whoa.
you successfully lying to yourself, and all the time you still know you lying.
Ooh. Oh my God. Ron, you got to put that on paper.
That's them
You got to
going
jot
along.
that down.
That's them going
Ooh,
along to get along ass niggas.
ooh, wait, man, that's truth right there. That is absolute truth.
If you ask a
And this,
Cobra Stone over there, if you ask a Cobra Stone who they chief, they gonna say Mickey Caldwell. He ain't even here no more in the flesh,
whoa,
but
wow.
his
So
spirit
who would
walking
be
with Angel Bay.
okay? The spirit walking with
So
Angel Bay.
they still can see him.
Okay.
So they can't lie to themselves as if Mickey Caldwell never existed. They still acknowledge him as their chief. And this is why Cobra Stones fall under the Peace Stone Nation.
Okay.
As long as Angel Bay here, they chief walked spiritually with him. And
Okay.
this is why how they create their alliances.
Okay. Okay. Make perfect sense. Can't get somewhere.
Look, I'm a GD. I was born into this. My mama a Vice Lord.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter a Peace Stone.
Oh wow.
But
We
here go the
family.
kicker. Just like in my family on my motherland, I'm the G stuck in the middle,
Mm-hmm. We family.
right? But on my fatherland, I'm a chip off the old block because his nickname was Fork.
Oh, oh wow. Fort. Oh wow.
Fork
Oh wow.
is that's the trident of the disciple nation.
Oh wow.
Remember, at one point it only had one trident. We was
I don't
at
know
that time we was
much about
devil
the Stones.
disciples.
The devil
We was devil
disciples.
disciples, right?
Wow. I don't know too much about that.
Yep, you have seen it. It's the little Casper devil with the pitchfork. That's the logo. That's the symbol.
Pastor Devil
The
with
little
the
red
pitchfork.
devil with
You
the
know what?
pitchfork.
Yeah. I saw that on. I probably saw a logo of that
It's in the
somewhere.
literature. All right, go back and look in the literature at the imagery. It's the little devil with the pitchfork, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the baby.
Oh,
I was
is it
born in
the blueprint?
'68.
Did it make? Okay, question. Did the blueprint make it to the public domain yet?
I've been trying to get a copy of it, but
I got you.
Shorty Bible is, he a walking Hafiz for us. He got the whole blueprint dedicated to memory, to all the literature.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's why he was accepted everywhere by all the folks, because he was recognized by the entire board. He hadn't memorized that shit by the time he was like 12. That's
Whoa.
what they
I
used
know
to
we was
call it. That's why
heavy.
he got his nickname, Shorty Bible. But he got
Oh
videos on
wow, wow. Get out of here. I did not know that.
yeah.
That's
So
why he
he
got
got
pretty Bible.
yeah, and he
Wow.
got videos on TikTok where he's going over. This is for our clan, but other clans can benefit from the information, and so we put it in the public domain.
Okay, that part.
Mm-hmm.
But the master blueprint is not in the public domain.
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
It was once in print.
Well, I know I got a piece of
Yeah,
it.
it was once in print. It was the blue book, the GD blue book,
Mm.
and then
Wow, we
um,
family.
yeah. And whoever was printing it must either they got banned by the government, because I think it went out of print around the same time as the ghetto apparel went out of business.
Oh, really? I know this white guy. He published it. I'll forget his name. I think he passed away. But it's a bad piece of work. I'll tell you that much.
You don't know about the WGDs on the north side, do you?
No, I don't.
Them
I'm a
white
little girl
gangster,
from the South
them the white
Side.
gangster disciples.
Wow,
They got
really?
they got a member on the board.
Wow, that's
They ain't
interesting.
allowed to wear tattoos because they got to be able to pass off as a politician or a doctor or a lawyer. They're not allowed to wear tattoos.
Really, they got to pass off as a professional?
Yep. That was when we made alliances with them, or Larry and them made alliances with them when they leadership was getting arrested, and then he's like, well, the conversation went something like, what do we do, you know what I'm saying, with our youth if we want to make
Mm-hmm.
this alliance? And Larry said, tell them no tattoos, and they all got to go to school for something.
And I remember that in my teenage. We had to go to school, no lying, no stealing. I remember all that stuff.
Yeah.
However, what is it? Something else I wanted to ask you. Why I got you? You know, you're a hard person to catch up with. Oh my God, brother Rod. Hey, this is my first time. You know how long I've been following you. I know somebody else want to get to you. This is dope. It's absolutely dope. Oh my God, there's something else. I know why I got you. It's gonna come in my head.
See that happening.
I was feeling it in my soul
If that
too.
happened, there's still the stage show anyway. It won't matter. But I don't see it even
Mhm.
happening. I think because we so close to closing out everything in this.
Oh.
We in phase 4 of reconstitution of government, right?
Mm.
You know, in Tallahassee a couple weeks ago, I went down there for the coronation of the empress. Tribally speaking, that's the equivalent of a constitutional convention in
Mm.
the appointment of the leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the leadership you can only choose by blood and by right. So
Okay.
remember, in the U.S. Constitutional Convention, it was only 70 people there. Only 55 of them voted for
Mm-hmm.
the Constitution. So you don't need the whole of the country. You just need the right people from the right
Mm-hmm.
bloodline in the right place at the right time to tie it all together.
Okay.
And so when when that happened, that was on the heels of putting everything out in the public domain. The reason why she knew who I was and I knew who she was before we met,
Mm-hmm.
because her receipts that they was giving her, every time I successfully done something in the
Mm-hmm.
redemption process of the tribes, the settlers got to give her the corresponding paperwork. That's the
Wow.
receipt, right?
Wow.
So this is how she knew who I was, and I knew I was able to
Mm-hmm.
verify who she was. So now, while she is showing me certain stuff or we had conversations, I can go back to 2018, 2019 to bring her a receipt that's dated before the conversation between me and her ever came up, because I could say, I already did that. She was like, show me.
Wow.
And now I got to show her in the public record. And the first thing she got to check is the date.
Mm.
And
So it's stuff going
so
on that we don't even know about.
it's going on in everybody's face. It's just that they don't know what they're looking at.
Okay.
They that
Gotcha.
that disconnected from their bloodline and their family, and they that indoctrinated by social structure of the settlers, the colonizers.
Uh-huh.
That
Yes.
their
Yes.
culture is being rolled out in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
and we following a very specific process called the redemption process that can
Mm-hmm.
only be used at the close of the age. This is
Oh,
an artificial conjure, so everything is artificial to
okay.
give us a mirror image of what was real.
Okay.
So by following the process, they get the same way that they came in. It's the same way that they go out. They
Okay.
started with George. When they started with George Washington and they ended
Mm-hmm.
with George Bush. The
Mm-hmm.
Obama, he wasn't even born here. So as soon as he was elected president, that ended everything. They whole Their whole corporate
Wow.
structure is gone. But here go the problem. The people don't
Mm-hmm.
know. The people in the corporation doesn't know the rules that runs the corporation. So they can't
Okay.
even enforce their own rules on the fraud taking office. And this is why Trump was raising hell about the birth certificate, and people thought it was a
Mm-hmm.
attack on him because he was melanated. Trump was
Mm-hmm.
telling you the whole time, Barack Obama, he ain't from here. He's a clone. He's from a laboratory.
Whoa. Dang. Woo. Ouch.
They tell
You know how
you
bad
the
that can
story.
hurt.
Look, his laboratory creation story is called the Demon Seed.
Dang.
His birth
Yeah.
story is Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
His
Do you know
childhood,
how bad that hurt?
look, his childhood and family upbringing was given to us as the omen 1, 2, and 3.
Whoa. Do you know how bad that hurt? It's happening right in front of our face. We don't know what the heck is going on.
Look, when I was telling people this back when he was running for office, I was like, y'all voting for the devil himself.
Dang.
If y'all want to know
I'm
who
here like,
the Antichrist was, that